So difference between connections and detail is nothing but connection can consist of two parts, minimum of two parts. One is main part and one is secondary part. Secondary part can be of one or more than one, and detail can be of single part, right? So using the single part we can apply the detail. Now let us we will see what is a part. Okay, so part is what you can create a new profile as a custom component in as a part in Tekla structures. So let us say if you want to create a new custom component part, okay, so you can create by part method by intelligent custom component. So for example, this is my 1 point, this is my secondary point, 2 point, and I want to create a one beam which have a different size, okay, which is not predefined available in Tekla structure. So that we can create as a part with some weldings like that. Okay, so with some weldings we can create the part, right? So part is nothing but creating a custom part which is not available as in Tekla structure as a default profiles. We can say we can create a custom profiles in Tekla structure as a part. So let's say if you are not considering this built up section as a modeling of custom part, then what you need to do, you need to model the uh, beam, then after you need to model the web, then after you also need to model this web, and then after you have to add the welding, so like that. So due to this reason we need to create a custom component as a part, so that by specifying the 2 point horizontally or inclined or vertically, it will be creating a custom component part. So it will be create a new form of a custom component of a part as a intelligent custom component in Tekla structures. Let's say you can also create the part as an example. This is my one beam, right, with automatically addition of stiffener plate along this beam. Then after you can also specify the rules or formulas that whatever the length of the beam is there, how many custom or how many numbers of stiffener plates that you will be required, so it will be automatically divide that stiffener plate along this length. So that can be also considered in a part. Or you can also specify the distance. Let's say you want to specify the center to center distance between two stiffener plate, so that you can also assign and you can create as a custom part. And last, that is seam. What is seam? Seam is nothing but let's say you have two custom or two parts, right? You have a two part, okay, one part here, another part here. The size may be same or may not be same, right? So what we can do, we can have a two part, and those two parts we want to stitch, right? We want to stitch those two parts, so that stitching of these two part can be considered as a seam. So seam is nothing but stitching of two part, right? Seam is nothing but stitching of the two parts, okay, so that is called as a seam. So here what we can do, we can pick one here, secondary element we are picking here, we are specifying the third point starting of the stitch, okay, then after we can specify the direction of the stitch, and it will be automatically stitching this thing, right? So that is called as a stitching of the part. Now next what we are going to see, we have to see some of the technical terminologies used in custom component. So basically we are going to see what are the technical terminologies that we have to understand before we start to create any custom component in Tekla structures. So those terminologies will help you which type of connections that we have to use and which type of terminologies that we have to assign to the custom component. So let us first we will clarify all these terminologies, and then after we will go to the Tekla structures and we will create some technical terminology. We will by using these technical terminologies and by understanding these connections and details part and sim, we will help we will in a position that we can create a custom component in Tekla structure by easy way. Okay. So what are the terminologies that we have to see? First one is the bind to, second one is the planes, third one is the cuts and fittings, and fourth one is the handles, node or grip. So these are the four terminologies that we have to see.